England are on the mat. No, I am not repeating 2013. I am not repeating 2017. I am not repeating 2021. I am repeating 2025 all over again because after the end of day 3, moving day in the pink ball test match, Australia took a 177 run lead with Mitchell Starc hitting a 50, Alex Carey hitting a 50. And you look at it, everybody in that Australian top order and the lower order have hit double figures. And in response, England in the second innings are in a sorry 134 for 6, still trailing by 43 runs, with only Will Jacks, Ben Stokes still there. Ben Stokes hanging in there, Will Jacks hanging in there. Only a matter of time before Australia makes it 2-0 in the 5-match Ashes series.
Yeah, at this point it seems like we're headed for a day 4 result, which I think the Australian public should be happy with, considering it's double the time the last test match lasted. So at least they'll get a day 4.
Not just the public, might I add. The host broadcaster, Cricket Australia. There was
60,000 fans.
I don't remember the figure at the moment, but there was all sort of math that was put to as to how much money could this cost the Australian Cricket Board if all matches after the first one were to end inside 2 days. And of course, the figure ran into a few $1 million. That certainly won't be the case, at least as far as this match is concerned. And one would hope that you at least see 4-day matches going forward as well. 5-day pink ball test, chances of that were anyway less, but must I say, we're entertained, aren't we?
We are thoroughly entertained. And if England looked totally deflated with the ball, the Aussies just charged up here. You have the legend, Scott Boland, 2 wickets. Mitchell Starc, the king of the pink ball test. 2 wickets yet again. He now has, 8 wickets in the match. And he can clean up the tail also. Michael Neser, 2 cotton bowled wickets for him.
Yeah.
How often does that happen that in one test match you get 2 cotton bowls?
2 cotton bowls. And already in this, today it's been Super Saturday. From Christchurch to Vizag, we're already seeing some spectacular things happening. Australia are on their way to making it 2-0, 134 for 6. But again, England lost it on day 2 itself and day 3 itself when they dropped 4 catches in that final session yesterday.
See, there's been 2 major things which I thought were off with England anyway. One was their bowling plans. That was true even in the last test, and that's continued on this time. Why are you going for short ball tactics from the 4th over? It's a pink ball. I understand this is not the time to move, but then be patient. Do something. Anyway, the pink ball, does most of its magic in the twilight and then under lights. Wait that out. Second thing, Ben Stokes, his captaincy. Obviously, his form in general also has been questionable, but usually, even when his form is mixed, I've not always questioned Ben Stokes, the captain. But Ben Stokes, the captain, has looked lost in this entire series. Then, to add to all of that, they suddenly all decided to apply Vaseline or butter to their fingers before coming out to the field. It was 4 dropped catches, really. And 1 or 2 of them were dollies. And I think that one of, was it the opener?
Ben Duckett.
No. The Aussie opener who they dropped in the first innings. Weatherald, yes, it was Weatherald who they dropped. That changed the game. You get that wicket and you could be looking at a different test match. Instead, Weatherald gets an aggressive 50 and well, that's all she wrote. That sets the tone as far as the rest of the innings goes. So for England, there's plenty of questions. And again, are we reaching that point now where finally there'll be debates over Baz, the red ball coach?
It will happen after Adelaide. Because Adelaide, when you look at it, 3-0, if you go 3-0 down or you don't win Adelaide, you don't win the Ashes back. So that is where I think, anyway, the debate is surging.
No, the debate was surging from us. I'm talking about you have to look at it from the English perspective.
But was it really? Because let's not forget, he is now the all-format coach.
But again, you change your entire template for 2025 Ashes.
You changed your entire template. You desecrated your own brand of cricket at home. You removed the kind of pitches that worked well for you, all for this.
Yes.
So if this doesn't work out, then that's at that point you have to say that the experiment hasn't worked. The entire basis for all of this was Ashes 2025.
And always remember one thing, Australian bowlers bowl better on flat wickets also.
Correct.
They are all-season bowlers, the likes of... And remember, England are going 2-0 down, potentially 2-0 down, without Hazelwood and Cummins in the Australian lineup. That will be even more damning for them.
Yeah.
Starc is the only amongst that triumvirate who's been your best. And luckily, in both the games, in Perth and Brisbane, combined, he's taken a total of, if I may add, 17 wickets, if I'm not mistaken, in the innings so far, in the 2 tests.
He got a 10 for in the last match. Yeah.
Then he's got 19 wickets then. So he got a 6-wicket haul in the first innings. Now he's got 2.
So it's 8.
So imagine England are still not able to win without Cummins and Hazelwood in the Aussie lineup.
See, there's a good chance you'll have no Hazelwood.
Cummins will be back.
Yeah.
Cummins is going to be back for the next test. What then?
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
if you're looking at it, this particular, in their first 2 tests, arguably gave them the best chance. At least get a winner on the board. You are looking at, barring a major miracle coming from the likes of Jackson Stokes, which is very unlikely, you're looking at going 2-0 down come day 4. Because at this point, the lead isn't, the trail isn't much, 43. But you would think that you would have to at least get a lead, or at least have a lead of about 250 runs. Which means you need another 300 runs. Forget about it. Forget about it.
You managed only 134. Half your side is, more than half your side is in fact back in the pavilion. It's only a matter of time. The writing's on the wall. You may not need a third session tomorrow. That's what I feel. If Travis Head again turns up in the mood that he turned up in the first match in the second innings, then again,
you are expecting England.
you don't really need, you may perhaps need a very small portion of the second session as well tomorrow for that matter.
You are seriously saying that England will wipe out the deficit of 43, then score another 240 runs from 4 guys, and then ensure Travis Head gets into the mood. I don't think Travis Head is needed. So, we know that in the game in Vizag, because it's happening side by side at this point in time, India have managed to bowl South Africa out, but don't worry, we'll be back.
First time in the series, by the way, gents, that we're seeing a score less than 300.
Yes, on a supposed road in Vizag. Yeah, so don't worry, we will be back for this.
What we'll do is, we're ending this stream right now. We're coming back with a new stream for the India-South Africa match, where we'd love to take your questions for both matches. But we're just coming up with a new stream, 270 all-out South Africa, coming to you live in just a minute.
Just a couple of minutes time, because somewhere down there, let me just sum it up before we go live.
Go ahead,
because see, tomorrow when you look at it, the Ashes will see Australia either take a 2-0 lead or England will delay the inevitable. But today, looking at the way how this match has proceeded, and Pawan, can you just take 1 or 2 comments from this?
No, we're being told to.
Okay, so that's about it. So yes, this is the way. We'll be back within 1 minute for the conclusion of this innings, what has happened. So India, South Africa, Vizag, it's going to happen.
Wait, continue.
Yes,
we're
yes.
continuing on. So let's continue talking a little bit about what has happened then.
Exactly. So 2 wickets. It's a combined effort from Neser, Boland, Starc. Starc was breathing absolute fire in the third innings. I mean, looking at it, ping ball, night time, extra zip. You saw how Jacks and Stokes were troubled. So England need to look when that partnership happened between Starc and first with Boland, then with Neser.
What were they doing? They were being patient.
Yes.
They were being patient. Boland, I think, got 20 odd runs and 70 odd balls.
Yeah.
And he's no better. He is no better.
And look at, even in the field, England looked drained.
Deflated.
And this is only 2 tests out of 5. January is looking a very, very long time away for the Englishmen too.
This is, even when today we've seen them bat much more, but remember visuals from tomorrow. What did we see? We saw Stokes on his haunches. We saw Atkinson struggle. We saw Archer also having, just burnt out after a point as well. You could see, yes, he got that toe crusher to Weatherald, I think.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you could see that that the England side already was showing signs of running out of steam, and this is going to be a long, long summer for them now.
Long summer. We had accused saying India won't be able to last 5 tests. They'll cook Bumrah. They'll do this. At least 4.5 tests he lasted. I don't see any of the England bowlers lasting until Sydney.
Because again, that's why I say the tactics. You're consistently expecting them to go for the short pitch stuff. Your pace bowlers as well, sooner as they may be for Aussie conditions, the pink ball test is probably going to be the most un-Aussie of those, because you're going to be very reliant on movement.
Yeah.
Pink ball does move. That is pretty much what makes the pink ball so interesting, is that, and particularly under lights, where the visibility also can be a bit of a factor, you'd get movement, and they've been trying to bounce it in short. Make it make sense. I'm sorry, this is very schoolboy-like mistakes, and there's no sympathy here. You can't be having sympathy for a team that are playing this stupidly. On the other hand, Australia are doing everything right. They're doing the basics right. And that's actually all you need to do against this side. Do the basics right and the results will follow.
And England declined to play a ping ball warm-up in Canberra. Although I found that to be a little legitimate. you're going to face opposition which is not going to be anywhere close to the standard. Plus, Manuka has different bounce and swing compared to Brisbane. So, it's a catch-22. What if I tell you, okay, you have to prepare for a presentation? I got all of it sorted here, but what if there's a technical glitch on the day of the presentation? You at least had a warm-up thing. My projector is gone, my slide is gone, my software is gone. You could have rectified it there in a way. It won't still prepare you to be confident for the presentation on D-Day.
At least all that it would have done is potentially put you in that white ball mode.
Ping ball mode.
Ping ball mode. Put you there. Say that, okay, I know the quality of the bowlers is not great, but we know the ping ball dances under lights. Let me get into that idea of, okay, let's try and play the ball out. Of course, playing the ball out is not really their forte,
But again, when India had that Prime Minister's 11 warm-up last time they played, it didn't help them in Adelaide. Honestly, it didn't. So, there is merit to why England didn't get it. But again, 134 for 6, 334. You're staring at a potential innings loss or by a heavy wicket loss when you look at it.
Yeah.
Australia will be chuffed. And look at it. Last 10 overs, 3 wickets for 19. Starc Boland breathing fire. Every wicket looked like the umpire was so confused in one particular over of Harry Brook. Bat was here. The ball was here. That was the gap, but he gave it out. Such was the pressure. But immediate redemption. When Scott Boland is in that zone, oh, God help you if he's in that zone. And he got that wicket. Brook fended at it. The two guys who will want to forget this test match in a hurry, Ben Duckett and Harry Brook. Harry Brook, that horrible shot. That
first innings was horrible. I still feel, I think that Cam Green shot sort of, takes the cake when you talk about the most horrid shot that we've seen. Making room as if this is T20 cricket.
He's probably trying to advertise
himself. Yeah. Just try to impress.
But Brook forgets he can't be there for 2 years. He's been banned.
Yeah.
And Ben Duckett. I mean, Duck in the first innings, 15 plus 3 dropped catches.
See, I'll still give Duckett a little bit of this one because of the two openers, he's been the one who's actually managed to adapt and get runs on a consistent basis. It's probably the first major failure he's had in a while. Crawley was the one who was under pressure, follows up with a half century and a 44.
Yeah.
Suddenly he's looked more assured.
In fact, the way that the two started out, both were run a ball, and then Crawley, in fact, I think had just moved ahead as well in terms of balls and runs. They were 45 for no loss at one point, I think, England, and you thought, okay, is there a pushback over here? Yes, they still had a mountain to climb, and you knew that this was going to be, much bigger of an effort than just, a 4-over burst, 5-over burst that we saw from them right at the start. But it's exactly what one feared would happen with England. A good start in the second innings. Yes, you had a huge mountain to climb, but then they ran out of steam yet again. That burst lasted only for about 5-6 overs, and after that, skittled away.
Yep, skittled away. And now England, it'll need a Stokes miracle.
Yeah.
Only Stokes is capable of a miracle. Otherwise, you are not seeing England recover from a 2-0.
And also, it's worth noting that the Stokes miracle that we refer to hasn't happened for quite a while with the bat.
4 years.
With the bat, he's been really off. With the ball, I'll not question it. I would still say he was the best bowler in that India-England series for England.
He was the leading
wicket taker. Yeah.
So, I think there I'll not place any questions on him. But yeah, with the bat, he's been found wanting more often than not. I feel like he's one of those players who, whilst he's aggressive, what made him work well was that he was calculatedly aggressive. He knew when to be aggressive. With Bazball, it's kind of scrambled his mind. Where he's like, I'll just be aggressive.
One thing he'll be relieved
on a platter for him.
One thing he'll be relieved about is the fact that tomorrow when he comes out to bat, and who knows what mode sort of or what mood he comes in to the Gabba with. But one thing realizing, as Siddharth's been pointing out, day 5, there's a lot of rain expected. The only thing with Stokes is, while he may relish the conditions, tomorrow again sunny times, whatever, and before twilight, he would want to make the most of it. The thing is, at some point, that partnership will get broken with Will Jacks, and he's probably the last recognized batter of sorts that he may get on the opposite end, and we know how big a batter or how less of a batter Will Jacks also is. After that, he may run out of partners, and that's when he gets restless. He would want to make the most of those sunny conditions to begin with, and we've seen, at least from Australia, we saw. In fact, England also showed those flashes to begin with, though it was just Joe Root. But then you got a sense that till the point the lights don't come on, you can go ahead, score some runs.
Yep.
But They've just lost way too many wickets, England. So Stokes may just struggle to have enough
Yeah.
partners on the other side.
See, at max, you are avoiding a innings defeat. That's it. That's your only silver lining at this point. So we'll take a couple of comments, Pound, before we switch over to... There's no comments? Okay, so let's then shift our attention to India versus South Africa, the Vizag ODI then. We will be back within 1 minute and we'll join you then. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the India versus South Africa Vizag ODI soon. Bye-bye.